salary is it's a very delicate matter, and one important thing I'd like you to remember is something called bias. And this is like gold, because you cannot only use it here, you can use it in the future. What a bias is a precise number when somebody tells you, and usually it's a number that we hover around that. I'll give you an example. So for example, they've done experiments. There was a group of students, and they give a name of a tree. They use the Latin words, and not many people knew exactly what that tree is. And they say, what do you think is the average height of a tree? It's between 60 or 90 feet. And to the second group, they said, what do you think? The same question. The range is between 200 or 500 feet. Guess what was the average, where the average of this group was? And guess where the average of this group was? Do you think that they had the same opinion? And this is what the bias is. Because if I tell you what do you think is the right range between 60 and 90, where would you be? You'll be between 60 and 90, isn't it? You don't think about that. And this is an automatic way of how we're thinking and how it works. And when we tell you it's between 200 and 500, you'll be between. You don't think about lower option, isn't it? And this is the power of a bias. How we are using this when we talk about money. There are two ways. There are two situations. Either they advertise the job, they advertise the money, and they haven't advertised the money. So we go with the situation one. In the case when the money are advertised, you know how much they offer you. What if you can have more than that? What if you can have more than that? How do you know there is no more behind? How can you find out? And the way how you can find out is there something else. Is if they ask you, how did you work in the past? What was for you in the past? How much did you earn in the past? Use a range. And use a range between minimum what they offer you and where you want to go. And something I should have mentioned at the beginning of this section, before you go in any negotiation for salary, have your level. Have your level ready. At this level, I take it from this level. I don't go anywhere between this. I only go with this. If you know that it's 30, go for 30. Go for more, 33. Ask for 33. Go with intention, you take 33. It's so powerful. You cannot believe the power of having a clear intention in mind. It's amazing. And I'll give you a tip at the very end of this strategy, which is very important to do. It's crucial. So when they give you an amount, and if you ask you, okay, what was your salary in the past? If your salary was 28, between 28 and 35, for example, what you can say is, considering the jobs and hours I was doing, the salary that I had was ranging between 30 and 33, with the bonus, depends on the bonus and the performances. Did you lie? No. You didn't mention the 28. Because if you mention the 28, they know that they can go lower with you. They know they don't need to give you any bonus because you started from 28, they give you 30, you're fine. So they might not mention, you might lose something on the table. So be careful on this, be aware of this. Also, you can avoid answering that question. Allow me to ask a question to learn more if the requirements of this job was similar with the requirements for that job. Because maybe you work 36 hours in that job and here this job is 48 hours, the salary is irrelevant, isn't it? So you can say in that way, I was working, I was paid quite well for the job that I was doing. I'm curious. Thank you for sharing. I'm curious. How does it work here? Is it only the basic salary? Is it only this salary, or you have other bonuses and so on? And from here you can turn it and you can apply and you can see what else is there. So either you can use a range, or you can say, you can talk briefly without giving an exact amount, and then you say, and I'm curious, how does it work here with you? How many hours? You can ask about what are there any other benefits you're offering? How about after 6 months? Is there something after 6 months? How is it? And in the moment when they deliver, and if they come to the level that you wanted, one thing, one crucial thing, and it's equal to gold, and that is silence. That is silence. Pause for 5 seconds. Just look at them, pause, think, take a deep breath in. And then it's up to you what you say, how the discussion goes. I say this because I'll give you an example. I had one of my team colleagues, and I was discussing with the general manager how we can improve our salary. So we had in mind an amount of money in mind. And in our discussion, let's say it was 30K. And in our discussion, we said what you can do and this and that. And he explained us his past. He was very passionate. And I said, what will be for you? What would you like? What amount of money will make you happy? And he said 30K. And my mistake was, I said straight away, great, that's fine, I love it. And he was a little bit like this, like, are you guys playing with me? What's this? And I looked at my colleague, because we were discussing about 30, he said 30. Me, I was playing with him. I was actually very happy that we can meet. I was like very happy, very excited. And he was upset all day with me. We had a massive argument about that. Because he was thinking I'm playing, he was thinking that I have something behind. They might say, we can give you 30K. That's what you want, so it's ideal, yeah? What you can say to discover if there's something else. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? High five and say, I'm ready, bring it on. High five, I'm ready, bring it on. What you can do is repeat the amount and ask the question, 30K, and see how they react. This is something very powerful in the negotiation, when you take a pause for 5 seconds and you repeat the amount what they said, 30K, and you can look at them in the eye, 30K. So here in the second situation, when they ask you about the money, and you don't know how much they offer, and they ask you how much did you earn, an answer you can give back. It comes in such a way that you pass the ball without saying. So what you can say, considering the amount of money I was paid was depending on the hours, on responsibilities, and on the profit. And for me to understand better, allow me to ask, how is it here? How does it work here? You have a basic salary, you have some bonuses, it works on the profit. How does it work for you? And in this way, you pass the ball. Because, for example, in one company, you can work 36 hours. Now, in this company, you work 48 hours. What you earn there, it's relevant here. However, that bias, you can lose money. Even if you say, yeah, but I've earned a lot of money. Let's say if you earn, for example, 35. And if they tell you 30, if you say 35 and they only have 30 for you, you might be overpriced for them. And they might say, thank you very much, we'll talk, we'll keep in touch. So it's up to you to judge if you have a higher mark. And that's why I said it's important to know what is your minimum. If you have a higher mark and they give you much lesser, there are ways how to come back up, and this is for another discussion. It's a longer discussion. It's much there are a few other things to discuss and to look there. What I'd like you to remember from this section and to see the importance of why shouldn't money be mentioned. Because it buys you. You can lose the money or you can lose the opportunity. You can be either underpriced or overpriced. So ask the question back and evolve from there. Use question when, use open-end question, use report. When you talk in these 10 situations, it's important to smile and to match the body language. And what we're going to do next is nail it.